Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on this procedurally generated community server, upon which I find a long little villagers hanging out here. Huzzah, huzzah, my villagers are breeding over here. And what's this? It's an iron golem. So what that means is, oh, look, there's another little guy over here. What that means is that there's enough villagers here in the area to actually generate iron golems. So now what I've got to do is get these guys into their little storage cubbies, which I think might be a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be, and get them up there and put them away, and then we'll add water here and we'll get this to the next step. I was a little excited to see these guys, so I'm just kind of turned on the recording and started recording right away. Hi, little guy. Yeah, super excited that these guys have bred up enough that we can start getting iron golems, but now we need to actually get them up in there, and the easiest way I can think of again is going to be boats, maybe? No, maybe not, actually. The easiest way might actually be stairs. So let me go make some stairs real fast and get these guys set up and into their chambers. Wow, congratulations to us. We've got an iron farm started. Huzzah. There it is. The iron farm is working. Yay. As soon as I get enough iron to actually do something with it, I'm thinking I might make a hopper chain that circumvents the lava that the golems are vanquished in, and then maybe that way other things can be dropped from the sky. Maybe a mob spawner, and like they'll be vanquished up there, and then their items will be dropped down here, or who knows? You know, who knows? But there it is. It's going. It's already got some iron in it, and that's super happy times for me. And yeah, it's still kind of floating out there, but we're going to be building around it. As you can see, we're building the ship in segments, right? And we're going to be going up here to the bow of the boat a little bit. We're going to move out a little bit of sand, so by all means, or a little bit of sand. We're going to use sand to move out a little bit more water, so by all means, try to guess how many columns back we go, or how many rows back, depending on your perspective. You go, we go. And leave a comment below, and guess by the end of the show. All right, so let's go down here, and I'll show you what I'm going to work on next. Well, my friends, as you can see, I've dialed in the villager breeder. Apparently, there can only be so many people in this chamber on this server. Otherwise, they kind of stall out on producing. Probably too many of them to actually see each other while their willingness to breed is ongoing. But with this number I've got in here, and I believe it's 5 at this point, there might be just 4. No, I'm pretty sure there's 5, because there's a 1, 2, 3. Well, we'll just say whatevers, because whatevers is all that matters, really. In general, it's producing, as you can see, and they are coming out here all ready to go. So I guess the next step for me is to either create a villager trading system, which doesn't make much sense unless one of these is a farmer, so I can get emeralds, or and none of them are librarians. Or I could make a farm. A self-reproducing farm, but that would probably have to go up there somewhere, and that might block out some sunlight. I don't know what I'm going to do with these guys. So I think what I'm going to do is just casually knock back the wall a little bit and take some time to think about it. Maybe come back to decide what I'm going to do, because I've built villager trading networks before, and I have a decent 2-wide tileable setup that works with water streams and just a little bit of redstone, mostly levers and pistons, not sticky pistons even, so it's pretty simple. But there's one that I've seen recently that, with a lot of iron, makes it 1 wide, so I'm really intrigued by that. It's not too bad. I say a lot of iron because it requires iron carts, and it requires rail. So maybe I'll look into that. Maybe I'll put it against that wall. Nope, probably against this wall. Because long-term thoughts, I think I want to put some cannons up here along the starboard side that would shoot TNT, boom, boom, like cannons out to the side. And since it'd be shooting TNT, I would like to shoot it out into the open water. And then maybe over here put dispensers that shoot out arrows, right? So I don't want the trading system, as tall as it's going to be, with a flushing system in place, to get in the way of any of that. My own system would require, let's see, well, 2 plus the floor itself, and then a drop-down zone, and I believe that required about 6. So I think I could do it in 8 blocks and keep it real low, and then do the other stuff. Because I want those cannons to be actually below deck, so that they're shooting from the side of the ship, not on top of the ship. All right, out the side. I think you know what I mean there. So that's something to think about. So yay, 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 yay. The villager breeder is up and running, and let me go put some of these potatoes back away. And Yeah, I should label these things. Do I have a sign with me? I do. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is put a sign up for everything. Put a sign right there. I'll say thank you very much, Impulse. So the Nano Farm inspired by Impulse SV and Dirt Dude 117. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And should I put it on the glass? I don't want to put it on any of the glass, but oh, why not right here? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So now if I ever forget... Oh, wow, it's a half slab. Well, that works. We'll keep it there for now. But if I ever forget, as I am prone to do, now I have little signs reminding me along the way. And for me, just putting these things in here, it's okay that it's somebody else's design. Thank you very much, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm trying to do is build a giant ship and incorporate aspects into it that make it a living, usable, Minecraft ship. All right, so I'm going to get back to work on moving some of the sand back. Welcome back, my friends. I just spent a little bit of time AFK in my little cubby hole, my safety and secure spot. I think I should put a sign up there that says AFK Iron Farming. And let's see here. Oh, yeah. So far, so good. It's going pretty quickly. That was just a couple hours. Not too shabby. So I think, yeah, maybe I'll get a sign together, but first we need to investigate what that's all about. Okay. Yeah, well, if my suspicions are correct, Kelevrin and Cornix are in the Nether right now, expanding the Nether portal, Nether hub section that is up near the ceiling of the map. So if they are doing that, as I suspect they are, then they have probably just tried to connect with one of my portals. But since they were turned off, thankfully, otherwise there might have been a larger issue to deal with, then nothing happened there. I'm going to have to... Well, I can't do any portal work until I talk to one of them about what's going on here. A little surprised that they didn't end up down below where I have the other one, but again, it was turned off. But then again... well, who knows? Their coordinates might have been slightly different from my coordinates. They might just be kind of coming over here and guesstimating where they are. And that's not a bad guess. Thanks, fellas. But I'm going to look into that and see what that's all about. Well, my friends, I apologize for the rain, but I've come over here, and as you can see, I've set up a little observational platform for anybody who might come out of this nether portal. They must have done something, because there were these two obsidian blocks there and obsidian blocks there, so maybe they just kind of came over here and did some decorative so that was all their... Oh, that was their scaffolding material? Anyways, I put up a sign that says other side, just in case somebody comes rolling out, and Cornix and Kelevrin's nether hub portal... I presumed, but when I went in there, it went back to the one that I already have down below. So somebody may have come through my portal, probably they, while these were turned off and they walked through here. So for the time being, I'm going to leave it on, so if they poke through again, they'll be able to see that this is here. And hey, I'm going to give them some lighting along the way too, but let me go ahead and get rid of some of this. Alright, my friends, the design I decided to go with was one done by Mr. SZ Petty. You can go check out his channel to see how he built this thing. This is a representation of the space it's going to take up and where I wanted to put it. I find moving dirt around is a little bit easier than building the actual thing. So this is an in-cross profile section, what his design looks like. So what happens is villagers come riding along inside a minecart, plop down into a water stream, and water stream across. And when there is nobody down here, and these are redstone torches, then this guy will be open, boop, and they'll fall in, land on these tracks, and then get stopped kind of by this half slab, or this iron door, excuse me. So then we, as traders thereof, would be sitting on a platform and chit-chatting with the fellas, and if we liked what we were trading with, we could keep trading with them. Otherwise, we could do that, and it would open that door and drop them into a water stream, and off they'll go. Right? Meanwhile, that will simultaneously open up that gate. So there's a little redstone. This block represents a repeater. Where's it at? I got a repeater here. And these blocks are representing redstone. So that's the design we're going to go with. And as you can see, there is a little bit of a difference here. So we're going to start it right here, I believe. And I want some of these blocks to be glass. So like that block's going to be glass because it doesn't need to be redstone. And this block's going to be glass. But back here, that has to be an actual block. Alright, so we'll put that guy down there. And this guy will have to be an actual block. And this guy will have to be an actual block because of the way redstone works. And this one will have to be an actual block. This one I don't believe necessarily has to be, but I don't think repeaters will go down on glass. I know it'll go down on the underside of a stair, I believe, but I'm not sure. But we're going to go with the full block there. That'll be a repeater. This will be a full block, and then these will be glass. So we'll be able to see through them. So that's what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to play us out while I do it, because you don't need to see all of that. So I'll be right back as soon as it's done. Hey guys, while I was kind of filling this all in, I kind of was thinking that maybe I should give you a little notification of what's going on with me as far as the Minecraft channel stuff goes. Lately I've been between multiple projects because, well, I'm in the middle of trying to buy a house, so I've been quite busy running around doing banking things and lender things and making sure all my I's were dotted and my T's were crossed and things of that nature. So I've been quite busy and not able to really do the environmental one, the biomes one, because that's more about exploring the environment than it is about building something, and exploration takes time, whereas construction isn't something that takes quite as much time for me anyways. So I'm gonna get stuck on there. So I've been working on this project just to make sure that I continue to put content up that people will enjoy watching, and hopefully will derive some enjoyment from the artistic endeavor I have ongoing here, building this ship with all of its various components, and interacting with friends of mine on this server. Which brings me to another issue. I know some people have been asking about the IP of the server, and I am in a position where I need to make sure... This is not my server. This is a friend server who is hosting it for me, and us, I should say. There's several of us here who are participating. But I want to make sure it's okay with all of them before we invite anybody else in. And that's going to take a little bit of time. So bear with me until after I get moved into the house, hopefully within the next month. And I should have something ongoing then that I'll be able to talk about. All right, so here we are. We're just kind of building up the bits and pieces. I haven't put in the redstone repeater yet because it does have to go on top of an actual block. And I still need to use this space to put down my rails and make sure that they all align in the correct order. If I don't put this rail here, then this guy won't line up like that properly. So it's what I'm going to have to do. These aren't the rails I'm going to be using. These are just example templates that I was using for you guys. So I'm going to keep building this, and when it's all done, I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, and take a look at this. How far back do you think we've gone? Alright, my friends, I have finished, and I'm looking at the giant sand wall to give you one last chance to try to figure out how many rows back I went while I drop down here and show you what we have built. Again, this is SZ Petty's design. I have just taken it and used the aesthetics that I appeal with. And, yeah, I think it's going to work just fine. The loading of the passengers, however, since I've never loaded this before, I suspect it'll be a little bit easy, but then again, they're packed in there pretty good. They might explode out. So I'm going to save that for the next episode and put them in here a little bit of a time and kind of knock the wall back just a little bit longer. For those of you who can't wait any longer, it was pushed back 12 spaces this time to make space for this villager breeder, which I plan to extend to the other side of the ship, to the bow of the ship. My friends, if you'd like to stick around and see that, then by all means, please do consider subscribing to this channel for that content. And if you enjoyed what I've done today, the different palette, and showing you around what's going around on this server, then by all means, give me a thumbs up. However, for today, that's all the time I really have time for. I don't know how long this is going to take. Like I said, I hope it doesn't take too long. But since I don't know how long it will take, that's all the time I'm going to take today on this project. I hope you've liked it. Wait till you see it's loaded. Come back to see that. Subscribe to see that. Until next time, however, thank you very much for watching. I sure do hope you appreciate it, and I sure do hope you enjoyed it. There you go. Yeah, I hope you appreciate it. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. But until next time, I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.